Okay, naturally community, so now the clicks has shown you exactly who they are. What are you gonna do about it? What's up, y'all? This is Natalie as I am. Some quick housekeeping out of the way. I'm Natalie as I am on all my social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, as well as Facebook. Please do head on over there just to get, I guess, a different side of who I am as a person. If I sound funky, that's because I feel funky. I don't know, the dust is supposed to have settled because it's spring, but I've been sick. So I have my tissues on standby because I'm not trying to take any chances right now. I'm trying to look good, even though I kind of feel half as good. Please make sure to like this video. Subscribe to this channel. The notification bell is there if you want to be alerted of when I upload a new video. But for me, if none of anything of what I've mentioned matters to you, please, the comments are everything to me. Your contributions, I'm starting the conversation, but you kind of see where you take it along. I'm just opening the can of worms, or rather Clicks is opening the can of worms, and we see where we take it from there. So without wasting any time, we're gonna get straight into it. So I've asked you, by now it's Sunday, 2 days later after we found out why Clicks is in hot water with the natural hair community. It's 2 days later. It's Sunday the 6th of September 2020. Is this year still not over? I can't understand. How are we still in flippin' 2020? Nonetheless, so Clicks is in hot water. I'm not here necessarily to delve or to go deeper into why they're in hot water, but I shall give a backstory, of course, if nobody knows what's happening there. But they came under fire for a hair campaign that Clicks did. And people have dubbed this campaign racist. They said it's prejudice against people with black hair. And the campaign really just saw a comparison between black hair versus white hair. So you had maybe a picture of a black girl with black hair. Can't really see the face, it's more just the hair and you can see the skin tone. And there's a description of that hair. So Clicks has basically labeled the hair that the black girl has as dry and damaged hair, and right at the bottom, so in comparison, obviously we know because this picture is not on its own, it's not in isolation. Clicks is sending the message that, listen, this is black hair in comparison to the white hair. So there's a lady at the bottom and she's got white straight hair, and they describe that hair as fine and flat hair. And then they take it a step further and they've got another picture of a lady with black hair, and the description there is frizzy and dull hair. And then underneath, once again in comparison to, so not in isolation, we're comparing the black hair to the white hair, and the description there is normal hair. And I mean, of course, the natural hair community just went off. We understand this movement has picked up everywhere, even in South Africa, where you would think that we should have been on top of this natural hair movement since forever, considering that we're African and, we're just raw as far as our ethnicity goes. But it really took a while for all of us, even as Africans, to even jump on to this movement that came to be known as the natural hair movement. That has really just become people's identity. It's their way of life. It's just a way of them freeing themselves. And people have been outraged and just really expressing their disbelief, how inappropriate they feel this campaign was that Clicks ran. And guess what? Clicks didn't even waste time. So they removed it like that, had an apology on standby like that. And this is what Clicks had to say. So they say, and they've pinned this tweet, they say, "We have made a mistake and sincerely apologize for letting you down. We recognize we have a role to play in creating a more diverse and inclusive SA, starting with our website content. We know we need to do better and commit to ensure our content better reflects this value." They also initially issued out this: "We would like to issue an unequivocal apology. We have removed the images which go against everything we believe in. We do not condone racism and we are strong advocates of natural hair. We are deeply sorry and will put in place stricter measures on our website." Blah, 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 blah. Nothing we haven't heard before. These people stay ready. And this video has got nothing to do. I've got no anger towards clicks, and if I had it my way, I don't want you to have anger towards clicks as well. As far as your hair is concerned, you rely on clicks for so much naturally, as we all have when it comes to anything. It could be toiletries, we go to clicks. It could be our hair stuff. Are you kidding me? We go to clicks. We rely on clicks for absolutely anything. For pharmaceutical needs as well, clicks is our go-to girl. And I think it just really shocks me, because people are saying, guys, in 2020, is this real? I'm shocked that you don't understand, or I'm shocked that you're shocked that this is happening in 2020. I don't understand why. What's it gonna take for you to understand that these brands don't care about us? They care about our money, for sure. Care about our money, absolutely. But do I really care about this natural hair community? So much so that I'm gonna put out or have this marketing strategy that's really just once again gonna take us back to the reasons why we have this natural hair community, because we constantly have to face this comparison between our hair and white hair, and obviously our hair being the wrong hair. Let's just get it straight. The comparison is your hair is wrong. You still need to strive to obtain this sort of hair even in 2020. And I'm gonna need you guys to stop being naive. I'm gonna need you to stop and understand that when the people at the top don't look like us, sound like us, have our hair, and especially have our struggles, this is what you're going to get. And I find that people are outraged every time these sort of inappropriate, just blatantly wrong, disrespectful, disappointing things happen. It's just a reminder. It's an event in the calendar to remind you who's really in charge, who's really running the show. And once more, I just want to emphasize how important having your own platform is. Having our own platforms where we know it's people who look like us, and people who have gone through the struggles that we have, as far as our hair is concerned, as far as our brown skin is concerned, anything to do with our ethnicity, basically. And I mean, a lot of people have jumped on this. Naturally, the EFF has jumped on this. They didn't even take long. Same day, same time, main time, EFF was in there. And I don't know, they've kind of expressed shock regarding this matter. They released a statement. This was on the 4th, so 2 days ago. They released a statement as soon as this Clicks debacle hit the ground. And this is what they say. They've actually described Clicks' conduct as disturbing, saying it's a reminder of black people's painful past and has subjected black people to inhumane treatment and conditions. Is it that deep? Absolutely, it's that deep. But why are we looking for some sort of savior in brands that just don't represent us? That's going to be my issue. You're going to keep getting upset. You're going to waste and exert energy, and you're going to continue. As much as you complain today, are you tomorrow going to still financially, economically back these sort of brands? That is my issue. I don't know if it makes sense for you to have all of this rage and clicks this, clicks that, clicks this, clicks that, when you're still ensuring that these people are staying on top. You are still empowering these people when really the power is in your hands as the consumer. You've been made to believe that you're kind of powerless to this, and oh shucks, Clicks, you've got to get your act together, this is all on you. No, it's not all on Clicks. Clicks is gonna stay Clicks regardless of this apology. Clicks is gonna stay Clicks. There's no way someone's gonna tell me that whoever was on that team or on that board creating this marketing plan or this advertisement, let me just rather put it there, that I just don't believe there was someone who kind of looked like me who said and would allow this to go down. Would allow and say, wait guys, we're comparing black and white hair. Mistake number one. What are you doing comparing my hair to a white person's hair? There's nothing wrong with a white person's hair, and there's nothing wrong with my hair as well. Why are you kind of putting us against one another? Again, just in 2020, of course, reinforcing, or you try to make me believe that I still need to strive to have this normal hair. How dare you say someone's hair is normal? So what's the opposite? Of course the opposite's going to be abnormal. Like what are we doing here? You know, the EFF has made several demands, by the way. This was on the 4th. They made demands, and some of these demands include Clicks directors and employees linked to the commission of the ad that their names be made public. They've also demanded that all linked to the commissioning of the ad, whether or not their Clicks employee, be dismissed with immediate effect. And then they said the above needs to be executed within 24 hours. Classic EFF move, classic EFF move. You know what? It's 2 days later. I have checked on Clicks's pages. I have not seen any sort of update with regards to that. The EFF did threaten to kind of protest outside of Click stores. I haven't seen anything of that nature either. You know, I really feel we're concentrating so much on begging and pleading with people to see this sort of hair, this people with, I don't know, we're begging people to kind of see this as beautiful, as a standard of beauty, as inclusive, as this can be beautiful as well. That's just weird to me. Why are you investing your energy as someone who is maybe newly discovering themselves as a natural hair person, or someone who's been natural all their lives? You are exerting all of this energy, begging and pleading people to see your worth, to see your beauty. It's just never gonna work. It's just never going to work. So this is why I think the request by, I don't even know, the natural hair community, even the EFF for that matter, is so unreasonable. Because I just do believe that we're fighting a losing battle when we are seeking value from the wrong people. We're seeking validation from the wrong people. How do we get to a point where we're not financing these people? How do we get to a point where our anger sees us no longer empowering these people, keeping them in positions of influence and power for them to completely have control over the narrative? That is kind of where I am. That is why this stunt doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't anger me. I did tweet about it though, at Natalie as I am, and not really expressing outrage, but once again just emphasizing how important our own platforms are, because when we leave our worth and our validation and our whatever it is in the hands of people who don't look like us, etc., we will get blows every now and then. We will get reminders, and you know this. Go back to H&M stunt where they had a black boy in a hoodie that said "Little Monkey," and people were outraged once more. Go back to Dis-Chem, who ran Dis-Chem, you know, store. They launched an African beauty campaign with blackface as the mannequin. Like, guys, what are we doing? How many more reminders do you need? And that is all this video is about. Like, what are you gonna do now that you're upset, now that you find this game so disrespectful, and now that you've kind of torn up or broken up your Dis-Chem or your Clicks card, Clicks in particular, what are you gonna do now? Clicks is still gonna operate. And also understand this, that there are owners of natural hair care brands that really do believe and want to give the natural hair community the best. I religiously use Nilotica from Clicks. I'm not even going to shy away from that. The problem comes in now where you have the owner of Nilotica, a local South African brand, or you've got the owner of Afro Botanics, you know, a local brand as well. These are, you know, black people, these are local people, and you've got them who really are doing their best. Of course it's a business, but primarily they found that there's a need. We kind of want to give people with ethnic hair the best possible experience with their hair using these certain products, and of course we're looking to make a living off of that. And when you have people who are genuine but their products are on the shelves of people who reveal themselves, who are disingenuous about their feelings towards, you know, black hair, like fundamentally, what do you do then? Because Nilotica works for my hair, And it's just such a pity that their, you know, brands are kind of now, of course, associated with clicks because they need clicks to shelves to kind of sell their products, you know. So it's not to say that we now need to totally discard Nilotica, your Afro Botanics. There's some people I know you guys love Aunt Jackie's. What do we do? What do we do? The time for just kind of throwing our toys out of the cot, the time is done. What are you going to do moving forward? Because you're going to get another reminder of what people really think about your hair. But love your black money. Like, your black hair, I don't know, we're just going to jump on the bandwagon because that's what's happening now. And that's just where we're going to be. That's the movement. We go where it's trending. We go where business takes us. Fair enough, but we don't really believe, you know, and they reveal themselves in these sorts of instances that we don't really believe. And you can say as much as you want and who is responsible for this campaign. The fact is it ended up on your website as clicks. Who is assessing these things? We don't trust the people who are in charge of ensuring that before something goes out, that it is not harmful, that is not discriminatory, that is not excluding a certain group of people based on their age, based on their race, okay, or age obviously depending on the certain product, but specifically their race, you know, ethnicity, and that it's not prejudice. Who are these people in charge? And if you still haven't opened your eyes by now, I don't know what to tell you. There's no savior that's kind of, in terms of hair, there's no hair savior that's gonna come in and with these sorts of brands that's really gonna come and save us. What are we expecting? The same people, and I'm not even just speaking about clicks here, I'm talking about the same people who were convincing us that our ethnic hair is just really pitiful, it's untidy, it's unprofessional, it just shouldn't be in existence. But hey, there's a solution. How about we straighten your hair, damaging it in the same process, but we're gonna straighten your hair so that it looks neater, you look more professional, and you can get a job. You know, that's how far it goes. You relax your hair, you can get a job, you can get a man, because you look way more decent now. These same people, these brands are the same brands that are now advocating for natural hair. So what do you expect me to believe? I'm not gonna buy into whatever it is you're trying to sell me. And once again, it's just important that we kind of disempower, you know, brands that seek to destroy us economically. Disempower these brands, take them, ensure that we create our own platforms. Apologies. Anything that you've got to share? Oh yes, Zozibini, I've just got to shout out Miss Universe Zozibini Tunzi for having the courage on such a big platform to actually tweet about this. Because a lot of people, you know, we all black until it's like, we're in a position where now we're kind of tight-lipped and we can't speak about that. Oh shucks, my pocket's going to be affected, or my position, or my title's going to be affected. But I've got to give it up to Zozibini Tunzi, who went onto a Twitter and was really just dissatisfied with the whole Click saga. And tagging Click, she said, quote, "Not only is this disrespectful to black lives, it is also evidence of an absence of representation and diversity within the organization. And we are talking about a South Africa with a population of about 80% black people. Stand to be corrected. No ways." And this is some Miss Universe, the highest beauty pageant title you could ever hold in your life. Someone who's from South Africa, someone who is black, someone who has natural hair, speaking up. It doesn't get better than this. And these are the sorts, this is why I respect her more, for saying that as big as my platform is, I'm not going to just steer clear from this. I've actually got a responsibility to speak up and to call these brands out. But I'm going to ask you, I'm going to wrap up with this. Now that Clicks and all these other brands have shown you who they are, what are you going to do about it? That is all. Thank you for tuning in to Natalie As I Am. I shall see you guys with my next video.